सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भगवद्वेषिणीम्। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैः स्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः। ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः। श्लोक नंबर 14, second chapter. अथ द्वितीयोऽध्यायः। श्रीभगवानुवाच मात्रा स्पर्शास्तु कौन्तेय शीतोष्णसुखदुःखदाः आगमापायिनो नित्याः तान् तितिक्षस्व भारत। So in the opening statement, in the 11th shloka, in the opening statement of the teaching, Bhagavan said, there is no real basis for sorrow. And this idea he is substantiating, elaborating, by showing that from the standpoint of Atma, there is no basis for sorrow. If you look upon all the people from the standpoint of Atma, which is a fact, then there is no basis for sorrow. Because Atma is not subject to destruction. Your reason for having sorrow is the thought that people are going to die. Bhagavan says, if you look upon people as Atma, which is the real identity, then there is no sorrow. Atma drishtya na mrityuhu. There is no death from the standpoint of Atma. Body dies, Atma does not die. And therefore, from the standpoint of Atma, Arjuna, na shocyahate. All these people about whom you are having grief, they do not deserve grief. Arjuna may say that I am not having the consideration of Atma. In fact, generally nobody has consideration of Atma. People are sad. Are they sad because Atma is not good? No. He said, I am having sadness because of certain change in Atma, Anatma. Means body, mind, sense complex, people around. So I look upon people from the standpoint of body, mind, sense complex. I look upon myself also from that standpoint. And I am not able to have that state of anatma which I would like to have. I want my body to be ever young, free from any disease. Doesn't happen. Every now and then cold comes, fever comes. And I want people around me to be all the time loving, caring, understanding. Always we want. I want to be with those great people. Sometimes you want to stay with great people, but great people don't want to stay with you. One person was telling me, Swami, we always we like to be with rich. We would like to have association with rich people, more rich than us. He said, by that logic, there will not be any association. Why? Because that fellow wants to have association with some richer. No? Why should he come to you? So I want great people around me, or understanding, caring, loving people. But I see that for a while they are caring, afterward they change. So Arjuna's problem can be based on the condition of anatma. And Bhagavan says, if that is your issue, that the things around me, people around me, my own body is not remaining favorable. Favorable people go away and unfavorable people seem to not go away. That's what happens. The guest whom I like the most, he hardly comes. And even if he comes for half a day. And the fellow I don't want him to come, he every now and then comes. That's what happens. So Bhagavan, my problem is from Anatma standpoint. And for that Bhagavan says, Arjuna, this matra sparshaha, these sense organs and the objects and their contact, which are Shita, Ushna, they will give you the experience of heat, cold, respect, disrespect, Sukha, Dukha, comfort, discomfort. They are Agama Payinyaha. They are subject to coming and going. And thereby Anityaha. They are temporary. What does it mean? It is the nature of things that they will come, they will go. And nature cannot be changed. Fact about this things around body, mind, sense complex cannot be changed. Some people wanted the immortality at the level of the body itself. There was one person, he tried that. He wanted to bring the supra consciousness at the level of the body itself. He died. He himself died. He thought he will make everybody immortal. He himself could not become immortal. So, body means it is mortal. People around us means changing. So, change is a fact of life. And fact cannot be changed. Changing is the nature, is the truth about everything. And the fact cannot be changed. But Swamiji, fact is painful. Fact becomes painful because you have resistance to the fact. If you accept facts as fact and have proper attitude, then facts will not be painful. Fact itself does not create pain, does not create sorrow. My resistance to the fact creates sorrow. My resistance is because of my ignorance, because of my wrong thinking that everything should always be favorable to me. Not possible. And Bhagwan should listen to all my prayers. This is one obsession people have. They get angry with Bhagwan also. Bhagwan, I prayed, and you didn't listen to me. You also have a hearing problem. You better have hearing aid. So, why you are not listening to my prayers? So, people have obsession that everything all the time should be favorable to me, which is not going to be the case. Even Bhagwan wants to really listen to prayers of everybody. He cannot. You know why? Because there are opposite prayers. Somebody will pray, that farmer will pray that today I have done this sowing the seed, so let it rain. It will be good. Let it rain. Another person wants to go for a trip, outside trip, and therefore say let it not rain. Now you tell me, whom Bhagwan will listen to? We are human beings are capable of confusing even Bhagwan. So even if Bhagwan wants to oblige, cannot. Imagine this match is going on between India and Pakistan. So Indians will be praying. Pakistan also will not be anywhere behind. They also will be praying. Only names will be different. We will say Murugan Murugan and they will say Allah Allah. But both are praying. Now what? Somebody has to win. Very rarely it happens. In fact, Bhagwan, when he is confused, he gets tired. Bhagwan says what to do. So once in a while, he gives that also. And tie is not a very great reason. People don't enjoy. Of course, those who are losing side, they may a little bit enjoy. And therefore, facts cannot be changed. I change my attitude. And what is the attitude? Attitude is I am ready to accept what cannot be changed. And we pray to Bhagwan also. Bhagwan, I don't expect you to change the law of karma for me because it is not possible. But you give me this maturity to accept what I cannot change. Like what? Like the death of somebody in my life. Means somebody who was close to me died. It's a fact. The person who is dead and gone cannot come back. So let me accept the fact. These are little bigger facts, but small fact. Not small, sometimes become big. My children do not listen to me. Is another fact. Swami, my children don't listen to me. However much I tell them, I am telling for their good, they don't listen to me. In fact, they have told, Appa or Amma, don't give your advice. If you give advice, I will walk off. I will go away from this. They have threatened us. You are feeling so much boiling inside. Why? Because generally, some parents, they have a feeling that my children, Swamiji, are spending too much money. This is one problem. My children are spending too much money. Because this fellow, he had worked very hard to earn little bit money. And so he has struggled so much for even small amount. And his son is spending lavishly. This is a big problem. And my son has told me, Appa, if you want money, you tell me, but don't ask me to stop spending. Money is for spending. Why should I earn if I don't spend? That is his son's thinking. So what? It is a fact they don't listen to my advice. It's a fact. Then what can you do? You cannot do anything. It's a fact that my child, son or daughter, does not listen to advice. It's a fact. Let me accept the fact. But remember, acceptance does not mean the state of resignation. You know what is resignation? Resignation means feeling that, oh, what to do? I will not talk to them. I will be very indifferent to them. Or this is a very helpless state. I can't do anything. This is how life is. That is not called acceptance. Acceptance is not pessimism. People sometimes think that acceptance means pessimism or state of resignation. No. Acceptance is a very healthy attitude to the facts of life, where you drop your tendency to react. But wherever there is a possibility to change, you change. To the extent it is possible, you do what is to be done. And therefore, this acceptance doesn't ask you to stop your action. Acceptance or titiksha means I stop reacting to the facts. What is reaction? Reaction in the form of resistance. Reaction in the form of crying. Reaction in the form of complaining. That I do. Because it doesn't serve any purpose. And Bhagavan says, Arjuna, this anatma is like this. And therefore what? Tan titik shasva. May you accept them. And in the last class we had seen there are various means what all we can do for acceptance. And in that we had seen that one point is Bhagavan himself has given, see that everything is temporary. When you see the temporariness, then the ability to accept will be more. And learn to say, so what? Have karma yoga attitude that everything coming is coming from the Lord, and what comes from the Lord is prasada. One more thing is, I learn to see things with bigger picture. Learn to see individual things keeping bigger picture in mind. If you see any situation keeping bigger picture in mind, your acceptance of the individual particular things will be better. Like death. Sometimes I may have resistance to death. But you imagine, there was no death in this world. Nobody dies. What will happen? In fact, that happened, they say, that Shiva, he had killed this Yamaraja. Mahakaleshwar, that Yamaraja was killed. Yamaraja means Lord of Death. And there was a big problem. Then we had to request, the Devata had to request that you please revive him. Imagine, there is no death. So what will happen? You will have father in your house, grandfather, great grandfather, great 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 grandfather. Where will you keep them? You have to keep them in some shelf. Shelf only one shelf. 7 generations. I don't know how many generations. Already with death also we have population problem. People are telling population. Imagine in your house all these are there. What about their food? And they will not be healthy because so old. Imagine what will be the life if death is not there. In fact, you can't even pray. Nowadays, if somebody is suffering and old and all, the people will pray, oh, let him have good release, anayase, namaranam, etc. But now death is not there. So you can't pray also. In fact, if you pray, then the Tata will be angry. You are praying for my death. No? Imagine what will be the situation. See the situation, particular situation, keeping bigger picture. Sometimes people lose this bigger picture and they react to the individual situation and they spoil the bigger picture. I read this joke, I really liked it. One person got the lottery of 1 crore and he went to the office and he said, you give me 1 crore. He said, no, 40% tax reduction will be there. बोले देना है तो पूरा दे दो नहीं तो 100 rupees वापस. Means he says, if you want to give me 1 crore. Otherwise, you give me 100 rupees of my ticket. You give me 100 rupees back. I don't want this ticket. So he forgot that he is losing 60 lakhs to get 100 rupees back. This is called losing the sight of bigger picture. Many times people react for small thing and forget that the whole thing will be spoiled. Marriage function is going on and some small thing happened. This salt was more in the some item sambar, and this the bridegroom side said if salt is more, this is what we don't want marriage. Imagine what situation. And I tell you, most of our reactions are like this only. We lose sight of bigger picture. In relationship, this if they keep in mind bigger picture, then small issues will remain small issues. And if you have this maturity of remembering bigger picture, not losing sight of bigger picture, then your acceptance will be more. And another thing is that we develop more and more devotion to the Lord, because of which we develop one very special attitude which only a devotee can have, and that is Bhagavan is embodiment of grace, and therefore whatever he does, yat karoti tat shubham eva. That Bhagavan is embodiment of grace, therefore whatever he does to me, it will be for good alone. Let me see how it is good for us. That's a very special attitude. We are not, we are adding something extra in that. Otherwise, simply we say it is a prasad buddhi, etc., coming from the Lord, but this is something extra. I say that whatever Bhagavan has done so far for me, it has been good, turned out to be good. Even some people rejected me, it was good, so that I could have different people. If somebody rejected me, so I was dependent on that person, and because of his rejection, I could have different friends who are better than the previous one. So Bhagavan has always showered grace on me. If that attitude comes, then your titiksha is not a struggle. Your acceptance is not a struggle. And one more thing regarding titiksha is, titiksha means objective or glad acceptance of all facts of life. That is called titiksha. That is what titikshasva. This titiksha that you should accept, one should learn to accept, is meant for myself. I should not use the idea of titiksha to justify my anger, my limitations. I should accept somebody's anger, but I should not expect others to accept mine. Means when it comes to my behavior to people, I should try my best not to be hostile. Otherwise, somebody is, their husband will say, both of them are attending Vedanta classes. And therefore, husband will, whenever he shouts angry and life is crying, you should have a titiksha. Did we learn in our class? So, titiksha teaching should not be given to justify or protect your weakness. Titiksha is for me. I should, no, Swamiji, I am getting angry so that my wife will develop titiksha. I am helping her to develop titiksha. Don't do that. You develop titiksha. Some people, they do like this. See, I'm getting angry so that, my students should develop titiksha. Guru also should not do this. The guru has got short temper and he gets angry, and by chance a disciple with great courage asks, Guruji, why are you having so much anger? Then Guruji will say this, my dear students, that I am doing it so that all of you will develop titiksha. That's not a correct thing. Therefore, in Raghuvamsha, I think Raghuvamsha, Kalidasa says, this is what is the mind of noble people. Vajradapi kathorani kusumad mruduni kusumadapi lokottaranam chetansi kohi vignatu manas. It's a very beautiful approach of a noble person. What is that? Vajradapi kathorani. This person is very tough, even tougher than the thunderbolt, Vajra. And Mruduni Kusumadapi. And his mind is softer than even flowers. But one should have Viveka. When toughness and when softness. Generally, people have this approach. When somebody does something to me, some says something or gets angry or something, you say, Swamiji, I am very sensitive. If somebody tells me I don't like, I am a very sensitive person. I am a very soft-hearted person. So small thing also people say I am disturbed. But he shouts at others. Vajradapi kathorani. So to others he is very tough. and he expects others to be very soft with him. That is wrong. What is the right way of things? When other people are hostile or behaving in a particular way, that time I become very tough to handle it. But when I deal with them, I become very soft, very sensitive. That is the attitude of a sadhaka. Sadhaka should not make other people do sadhana. So I am doing like this, I am behaving in a very rough manner so that others can have sadhana. No? When I deal with others, I try to be as sensitive as possible. But when people, because of their background, they behave in an inappropriate manner, I should be tough enough to handle. Therefore, in Yagdum Pavitam and marriage, this one mantra is there. Atishteyam ashmanam ashma ivatvam sthiro bhava. Even in the marriage, a lady has to step on the stone. One stone will be brought. And this mantra is there. What? Adishthenam atisthemam ashmanam. I am stepping on the stone. And ashma ivatvam sthiro bhava. I mean, is the advice. You are stepping on the stone, and may you become tough like stone. In the sense, there will be always some irregularity or some unevenness in the behavior of people. You handle it with toughness. So this is titiksha. And what is the benefit of titiksha? That is said in the next sloka. Yam hina vyathayantyete purusham purusharshava samadukha sukham dhiram somrutatvaya kalpate. So in this shloka, the benefit of titiksha is given. One benefit of titiksha means objective acceptance or glad acceptance. The benefit is your life will be peaceful. Your life will be happy, first. And second thing, you will be fit for higher pursuit called moksha. And the second benefit is highlighted in this shloka. We'll see in the next class. Om
Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om